Welcome back to Local Garden Queens. It's that time of the week again. We're going to do another tour of the garden. A little bit of an issue once more. Let me share when we get there. Let's have a look. Comfrey, getting bigger and bigger. Eggplant. First flower is out. Let's have a look at this flower here. Good. Let's see the the dill. It's looking great. Large flower heads here, waiting for them to open, kind of like this one. And down here, of course, there used to be squash, no more. And what's this? There used to be squash here too. As a matter of fact, last week's video there was squash here. Well, not this week's video. Apparently the squirrels got to it again. Or not again, they just got to another squash plant, really. And that's that for squash. I have one squash plant left. It was the first one to be chewed on. I guess it survived, but it's not doing great, I think, from insect pressure. I'll show you that plant in a moment. Good news is, cucumbers are doing great. You see the cucumber climbing all the way up the trellis here. Of course, it's definitely gonna, since it reached the top already, or higher than the top, it's just gonna keep growing. So my plan is, I'm gonna put a string or something. I'm just gonna connect these two trellises and have this cucumber climb along to the other one. Nice butterfly here, pollinator. So let me show you some of these cucumbers. Let me do a close-up here. You can see there's plenty of flowers. I saw a female flower that's been pollinated already, and first cucumber starting to grow. Looking forward to the harvest. We have the cilantro here. These seeds are definitely ready. I'm probably just going to end up pulling the cilantro, cleaning this area, weeding it, scattering the cilantro over here. So in a month or so, there's going to be more cilantro coming up. Cucumber vines, the plants are doing great here as well. No more purple discoloration. It's shooting out new leaves. And this cucumber is doing good as well. As you can see, it's going to start climbing soon. You can see the tentacles, I guess. It's going to start grabbing onto the trellis. So let's move on over to the other part of the garden. And you can see it looks very empty. That's okay. There's more room for fall planting, I guess. So this was the other squash plant that was originally attacked, but it survived. It's trying to shoot out new leaves here, but again, the discoloration, I think it's being eaten by insects. So, I mean, I'm not gonna pull it out. I'll leave it in there. Hopefully it recovers. We'll just have to see. Kale, looking very good. It's been eaten a little bit, but that's okay. It's producing plenty of leaves. I'm gonna have to start picking them soon. Over here next to the kale is the green onion bed. I haven't picked any green onions lately, but they're looking great, as you can see. Of course, there's more kale here. Below the cilantro seeds, these seeds are pretty much ready as well. Again, I'm not sure if I'm gonna scatter cilantro in this area. Maybe I'll do it between the two trellises on the other side of the garden. I'll figure it out. Healthy looking kale, even though it's been eaten a little. And of course the Cuban oregano is starting to shoot up now, getting taller. So the jalapeno pepper plant is looking good, shooting up new branches, new leaves, and new flower buds. You can see here the jalapenos on it. I'm not sure if they're full size. I think they're getting close. I don't think they're there just yet, but you know, if I'm cooking something and I need jalapenos, I'm definitely gonna pick these. They're ready to be picked already. And of course, the currant bush looks very healthy. Let me come in closer here and see if it's shooting out any new branches or anything. Down here I showed last video, something getting going, but there's plenty everywhere. I don't know if this is for next year or it's gonna shoot them up later in the season. I know there's a fresh branch here that's growing. So I don't know if you noticed, I did some mulching yesterday actually. And you can see the fresh weeds that I just threw down in the paths and cleared some room up in the beds. Same here. You really couldn't see this portion of the bed. I weeded it, and the edges of the beds I weeded. There was grass starting to come into the bed, so I really had to weed it. I don't want it to get out of hand because it's a little difficult with the straw down, and of course the chicken wire underneath all that. It's kind of difficult to get to it, so I have to catch it before it gets too dense. And that's it. That's the garden. Cucumbers are doing great. Of course, the eggplant is starting to make flowers. Gonna have eggplants hopefully at the end of August, maybe sooner, but probably not. Dill is looking good, and the only disappointment is really the squash. They were looking great. They were getting ready to shoot up flowers, and of course, perfect timing. Squirrels weren't having that, I guess, so they decided to chew it down. All right, well, that's the garden update for this week. As always, like, share, subscribe. Feel free to leave comments, and thanks for watching. See you next week.